You are now listening to the Sam Price Experience. Welcome, sit back and relax as he becomes the crypto lifer. I just saying, like, trying to scare us, right? You see Jason Casper and Crypto Banter trying to scare you using fear. I love them both, but man, come on, man. We gotta have hope in this game. It's not what it seems. No, but see, I told you 7 times, but that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Why can't you guys? I just wish you guys, it's me and you. It's me and you. And I don't understand, I thought it was going to work out, but it's not working out anymore. I can't do this anymore. It's not just, I don't understand. But I love you, and I want to be with you. But I can't. It's not going to work out. Not doing what you're supposed to do anymore. You don't understand. It doesn't work. It's not working anymore. I can't do this. I got the show. I got to get into the show. I can't do this anymore. Oh my God, the mic's on. This is horrible. I told you we can't be together. You've gained too much weight.
But I love you, and I want to be with you. And I've always loved you.
I know you love me, but you weren't this big when we got together. Why did you have to get so big? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. I love you, man. I appreciate you. I had you all, right? I had you all bugging. I had this thought today, and I was like, man, I'll get everybody tripping, thinking they caught me on a hot mic. Then they'll see me yelling at a stuffed animal. I don't know, man. I get these crazy thoughts and ideas, man. You know what I mean? Look, you had me. I know I had you all, man. I thought it out. I'm a performer. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And this is the show where it's going to be a little different than the shows you're used to. It's not going to be the same show that you've been doing or getting into. Not the same technical analysis. All right? God bless each. I had the thought literally 5 seconds ago. These are improbable thoughts that I just come up. Shout out to everybody here. Let's get this up and running. Let's look at this live stream. 60,460 for Bitcoin, playing around the $60,000 level. Will we lose it and go all the way to 58,000 liquidity here on Bookmap? It suggests that we go, but you never know. We're gonna make it through. Quit, give me your coins. I know, right? Just drop out and sell us your cryptos. The most non-PC person alive. If you're deeper in the technical analysis, we could see more downside. Amen. Sammy, is the dip over? We're going to find out together right now. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. Morning life, a great day to be alive. Have a great 4th of July. Remember, it's up to us to make America great. Crispy Pocket Square. Thank you for everyone out there. I'm feeling good, but I have this earache. I woke up. I went to bed yesterday at 7 p.m. Fell asleep on the couch. The earache took me down. I put some olive oil and garlic in my ear, and bang, I was out. Was that an overweight douche? You guys are funny, man. And so, yeah. 4th of July pump. Let's go, baby. We might just get the 4th of July reversal. You never know. You never know. But anyway, shout out to each and every one of you for being here, and I appreciate your constant support, love, and your gratitude on a daily basis. It means a lot to me. You have no idea, especially days I would. So anyway, back to. So I woke up at 2 a.m. 2:30. I began to go into the trading group talk. I looked at the price action. And then I went to the gym at 5:45 in the morning. I went to the gym and I hit it, and I hit it hard, real hard, the hardest I've hit it in a long time. I felt okay then, but when I got home, my ear just it felt like I must have just pushed I don't know what it was. And then my ear just boom, Sam, why would the Bitcoin price go down when the stochastic RSI climbs up? Is this divergence? We're going to take a look at that. It may not be going up exactly like you think it is, or it may be a time frame differential. We're going to see what you're talking about. 60,440 for Bitcoin. Let's break it down like we do from beginning to end here on BTC. All right. And this is Duckma. I like Duckma. What do you think of Duckma, right? Duckma, right? DUCKMAW. This is called Dancing on Waves by Duckma. We love you. We appreciate you. Remember, my system says do not long when you lose the 200 SMA. If you long when that happens, you are going to get rocked. And you would have made money shorting. So I short when we lose the 200. I long when we gain the 200. Very simple strategy, and you can backtest it and see that it works. Anyway, let's move on. But so I knew there was a short coming, so I wasn't like, oh my God, there's a short. I'm like, my system tells me that once a candle closes below the 200, we're likely dump, like 80 to 90% likely going to dump. When we don't dump, see, when we go here a little bit and then come back up, that's when I get a little, that's when I'm more like, you played me. You know what I mean? But they didn't play us this time. They gave us exactly what we wanted for gains. All right. Anyway, and we got this nice quick reversal from 59,759 back up to like 60,000, a $1,000 move there. It doesn't seem sustainable. Key level that you must break back above is going to be here because look, bounce, 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 bounce. That's going to be it. And you can see why we resisted it. 60,000, I'll call it 60,760. It's like 60,700, 696, 60,680 area. You have a standing desk and lots of monitors. Are they wall mounted or the desk? I need but can't stand the shaking of the few I already have. Mine do not shake, man. Mine are spot on. Yeah, you got to get like a solid stand-up desk. None of that baloney. All right. Are they? They're all, no, they're set up. I'll take a film of it and I'll post it to the group here. And you guys can see it. I think I've done this before, but I'll do it again. You guys can see what the lifer sees. This is what the lifer sees, right? Pretty awesome, I'll be honest. It's like a command center of command centers. Like, I don't think it gets better than that, actually. It's pretty sweet. Okay, let me see here. Let me just post this to the Discord, and then I'm going to play it for you guys. I'd be really interested in this. Like, if I was watching YouTuber streamer I was into, I'm like, I want to see what his setup looks like on the other side. Okay, showing your age, Sammy. LOL, a film. Yeah, take a little film here. You know what I mean? No, I'm old. I personally, I'm a time traveler. You guys don't see, I told you that. So I use words from, you know, obscure words from when I was around. All right. That's why I say folks and things like that. Everyone relax. I'm here. Okay, Pickle Rick's back, everybody. We can relax again. Thank God. I thought I was actually hyperventilating, Pickle Rick. I felt like life could not go on. But now it can. So I appreciate that you're here now. So here it is. This is what I'm looking at here inside the studio. This is what the lifer sees, right? Got to get the Escalades, right? Pretty awesome. My daughter just did this for me. She just painted this yesterday, Crypto Lifer, and I told her I would show it on screen. Look, with the she matched the exact colors of the logo. Like, she did a really good job. Like, that's the Crypto Lifer logo colors. Like, anyway, that sits at my desk because my daughter's the greatest, right? You can see my little Escalade. My Escalade sits right here on the mixer for whatever reason. I think it's cool. And yeah, and there's cameras and all sorts of stuff, and there's the mic and the lights, a lot of lights in my eyes. It burns my eyes out, you know? And there you have it, all right? I think I have to delete this now because for a reason I'll tell you at another time. Okay, nice setup. Nice setup. Yeah, dude, that's amazing. She's an artist. Thank you. Yeah, she's awesome, man. She's such a blessing, man. I love my kids. Children are the greatest gifts you could ever receive in life. I firmly believe it. There's nothing better. Thank you, dear Lord, for the ability to procreate with another human and to feel what it's like to bring someone into this earth. Like, what an experience. I just had my third daughter, so I'm very close to the feeling of having kids. You know, I just had my third daughter on the 26th. I can't believe she's already almost a week old. It's so amazing. Oh, a year will go by. Next year's her first year, you know, the year birthday. It's just so crazy how fast these kids grow, man. Anyway, let's get back to brass tacks here for Bitcoin. I'm not here to reminisce about my life. I'm here to teach you what's happening. First thing I do want to put caution to, many times in my life, the RSI has told me something somewhat ominous, kind of a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder on the RSI. Looks like it may break the neckline and dump. Is this a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder? Is this the neckline? Do we break it? Let's set that up properly and just take a look at it as if would take like, and again, I know this is a bit of a stretch. I'll be honest. I'm stretching it, but you know, it just says, yeah, it wants to, you know, 40K keeps coming up, and then that key area there, 43,000 for Bitcoin, right? And if we take the whole fib of the entire move, 43 is going to be that 0.65, 0.618 Fibonacci retracement. Now, see, I'm the only guy that's going to tell you this is possible. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but it's possible. Yeah. What's today? Today is Wednesday or Tuesday? I don't even know anymore. Wow, it's Wednesday. Okay, so this is a possibility. If you're not ready for 40K, you're not ready for cryptocurrency. I'm not trying to tell you we're definitely going there. I don't know. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance, but I have to tell myself that if we get there, there's a path to it. There's a way. And look, once you lose the 21, you usually do test the 50 on the weekly, you know? So, I mean, there's a lot of signs for things and that's an M pattern, is it not? And don't M patterns break to the downside? I'm just building a story here. You know, I'm not trying to be the bearer of bear news. And that even coincides with what would touch the 50. And then you got your golden pocket. Now you could say, okay, no, we came from this impulse, and I'm okay with that. But you're still bouncing off 50,000, you know, and you're still making the measured move basically of the M. So I do see some bearishness here. I see a head and shoulder on the RSI pattern, which tells me that, you know, it kind of hides patterns. I've seen this before where the pattern is hidden inside the RSI. I've seen it a few hundred times in my life. So it's not even the first time I've seen that. I've seen so many anomalies. I'm telling you right now, that's what makes this channel special. I've been trading since I was 20. About 24, I'm 41 years old. We're talking 16, going on my 17th year. And I've been looking at charts for a long, long time. And I've been trading all different assets throughout the world. And I've seen so many strange anomalies, and I've seen how price action plays out. And I have like somewhat of a photographic memory too. And I know I'm talking about myself, but I'm telling you, this is why you want to come here. You don't want to learn from someone that hasn't done it. You don't want to take advice from someone that hasn't made at least $1 million in their craft. You want to know someone that's made millions of dollars in what they've done and managed to nail it. That's what you want, right? If we break the daily 200 SMA, we are in huge trouble. Amen. Thank you for sharing your 17 years plus experience. Oh, rising, falling, so very difficult to read. So what you look at it is you look at the weekly, and then you just made a lower low. I mean, and I kept saying, if you close a candle below these lows, that's a bearish sign. You're now in a downtrend. And if this candle closes on the weekly below these two candles, you are in a downtrend. I'm sorry. Period. I don't care what anyone else is telling you. There's so many cheerleaders out here on Twitter. This is the bottom. We're on our way. Alt season is coming. Yo, stop listening to these people, man. They're out of their minds. They're drunk on euphoria. They're playing with. They must have lost so much money, or they're down so bad that if it isn't the bull run, they're going to be devastated. I've been taking cash out of this market, doing the right thing, protecting myself, keeping it so if this whole market went to zero, I'd still be sitting pretty at a steak dinner next week. You see, I still got cash flow and real estate coming in. I protected myself. I diversified somewhat away from crypto, so I didn't sit there and freak out every 5 seconds. And again, I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. But if you can't handle, if that goes down here, because if you're sitting on hard assets and things are well, and Bitcoin goes to 50,000, you'll have cash flow to scoop it up, and you'll be happy. If you're over-invested and you're freaking out, and you think you know the market, and you know what's going to happen, and I know, all these people, I believe, I think, it's gonna. People that don't look at the charts. I look at the charts. I tell you what the charts say and nothing else. If the charts say bear, I say bear. If the charts say bull, I say bull. Period. And again, we could reverse. Maybe this is an inverted head and shoulder. We would have to make a lower high there, a lower low, right? And, there's a chance we could break out of this, but we'd have to show me a higher low first then on the weekly. And that could take like 10 to 12 weeks, even longer. 16 to 20 weeks for that to go up. That could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks up, 1, 2, 3 weeks down. It's kind of fine. Anywhere between 8 and 15 weeks, but that could take time just to create that right shoulder, just to break us on out. And then you're in October. You see? So what this downtrend, what this did, I'll tell you right now, had we just bounced up here 2 weeks, a couple more weeks, and then the breakout was more imminent. This fallback and break below this, to me, extends the consolidation period even longer and just adds more time to how long we have to wait. All right. Unclaimed vector candle down at 20K. Anything can happen. Hey, I like that you said that because anything can happen. You know, my first burn one, I wasn't ready at all. This one is my second and I made better decisions, but still some mistakes. Can't wait till the Bear BC Bull Run 3 is going to be, because that's where I've learned enough. Amen. The third cycle is where you technically nail it. If you get with, you know, good morning, Sammy Griffin, Life Rodation. Good morning. Blessed to you all. Let's get this Mooney. Let's get this money. Shout out to Andy. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Jay Dolan. Shout out to Ways of the Jedi 808s. We need some randomness. Shout out to everybody here, Crypto King and everyone in the live. We appreciate you. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. 920 people on the lives. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. Day before July 4th, baby. Let's go. Hey, Sam, my wish was for a screen setup like that in the near future. Thanks for all your TA every day. I'm South African. Western Cape. I mean, you could get this set up so fast, everybody. It won't take you that long. Bought 0.5 Bitcoin on 123. We went to 39. If we go back down, I'll grab the other half. I love it. Staying positive. See, that'll create that'll create an opportunity for some people if we do get the move to the downside. Fear and Index bounced all the way. We were at 30 like 2 to 3, I'd say a week ago, or even like 6-7 days ago, right? We've bounced back. I feel like we shouldn't be at neutral. Neutral to me, I don't know, man. But it is what it is, right? This thing has been off to me. My sentiment in the market's pretty good. I do it every day. I feel like it's a little off, but we'll see. So the weekly candle closing below these prior two candles is bearish. Up until this point, we had held 61,500 as support, and it looked like we could have double bottomed. We could still get back above it on a wick and close a weekly candle above it in 4 days and 10 hours. But that's something that I would have. If we close below these candles, it's a lower low, and then you would have to assume we're making a lower high, right? And that could even be a shoulder, head, and right shoulder. And now we're talking even more pain. And there could be a nice dead cat bounce to get everybody excited back up to 67,000, only to get a triple top rejection or a lower high there. So I'm open-minded that anything could happen. After the halving, I would assume we'd get a bump, but the way they pumped all the money through the ETF, the way we pumped before the halving, all the money that came in and the way it came in, it just, you know, and again, then we had this bullish run up on the wick, but we ate through it right now. So right now I'm showing some signs of bearishness for Bitcoin, and it's likely we could go to 52,000 very, very fast. It wouldn't take that long. It could be a couple candles. Brah. It'd be a drop like you wouldn't believe. People would be in shock. Max pain. That would flush people out. I mean, we flushed down here already to 56,000 and more pain now. So it's like, and we got Germany selling, right? So you have sell pressure. We did get inbound ETF action this week, which was good, but obviously not good enough, right? So let's break it down. The 3-day chart had a resistance at 63,950. And now look, we hit this high volume node right there and just could not get back above it. And now the 3-day making a bearish engulfing candle with resistance at 63,000, 62,950. However, we are oversold. I'm open-minded. I don't want to be bearish here or over bullish. I want you to understand how serious things can get though. And I just see too many bullish cheerleaders out here. It's going this, it's going that. Like, come on, man. I think that's unfair to do to people because you'll get a lot of people to throw money into a market when, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. But remember those people. Just remember those people. You're not bullish enough and all that nonsense, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going to happen. I'll admit it. I look at the charts every day and the charts tell me. So here, we've hit this extreme support on 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be the 5th daily candle that we have battled off of 60,200, all right? We'll call it 60,200. Bouncing all day long, right? Do we come down to the 200 SMA and make a gap here? Do we lose the 200 SMA and fall further to the downside? If we close a daily candle below this yellow line, my system says we go lower, and it says we go to the 2-day 200 SMA, right? And 40,000 starts to make a bit of a story here. It starts to make more sense. It starts to get really coincidental. We have a gap of the VRVP. We have a barely little ledge of hell, and then we have another gap. The biggest liquidity sections, right? And that gives you that big gap there. So, hey, I play gaps in the VRVP when we lose, 200 SMAs and patterns. And I mean, that pattern's an M pattern. I'm just, that's actually bearish divergence in a way. It's pretty flat, but the RSI goes down. So I see some tough times ahead for Bitcoin. Unless we get some type of crazy reversal in the next 2-3 days. Doesn't look amazing to me for BTC. Looks like a slow bleed for maybe a couple more weeks here. And let's just make money on the downside, right? Let's take those shorts down and stack and buy Bitcoin on the low. That's what I'm doing. I believe it's going to be a beautiful opportunity. So don't get down. Don't get depressed. Take a deep breath and say, I'm going to use this as the greatest opportunity I am. That's what I'm saying to myself. I'm going to use this as the greatest opportunity of my life. And you know what? Today could be the last day of my life. Maybe it's not, but it could be. I'm not going to spend it depressed about Bitcoin or about price action. I'm going to make sure that I go after my best life and I live my life. I breathe this air. I hug my kids. I tell my wife I love her and I do something for somebody else. So, and there it is. And honestly, this is something that I've seen no one else is pointing out. But look, you got a shoulder, bit of a giant head, and that's like a little mini shoulder. I've seen those play out. And that would be a nasty measured move on the head and shoulder pattern too. And we're talking, $49,000, $50,000 Bitcoin. I sound pretty bearish right now. It's weird. I didn't expect to be. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Shout out to Stay Calm. Shout out to Mage and Crypto. Shout out to GF Burke. Shout out to Wells Salvador, Jennifer Moffitt, Slow Scholzius, and Brian Franco. Jennifer Moffitt in the house, banging on them. We love you. It can happen. If stock market sneezes, Bitcoin gonna tumble. Tell it like it is, my man. Shout out to After Hours Investing. Shout out to Justin Cashmore in the house. Shout out to my peoples and my lifers. And look, the daily's overbought above the stochastic already with 2 bearish candles. We went from dotted line to dotted line and made a lower high. Come on, man. When you go from dotted line to dotted line, you gotta make something happen. And the Stokes will tell you. So we're going to start zooming into the smaller time frames. Remember, we even told you the 22 didn't look good. The 12 didn't look good. The 8-hour didn't look good. None of the time frames, they were all overbought and curving on the stochastics RSI, my main time, and they didn't break above the previous resistance. The 8-hour got shut down right there at 63.9, 64,000. That was it really right there. The 8-hour is almost setting up for a possible look. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Do we kind of just stumble around here today? Sideways action. And then tomorrow, expect, a lot of people aren't going to be in the market. They're going to tune off. And who's tuning in is the German German government selling. So you don't have a lot of people who are just finally, the market has beat people down. People want to have fun, man. This week, people want to enjoy their lives. They don't want to get bogged down by cryptocurrency. I'll be honest, you can see it. The sentiment is just, enough is enough. You've beat any type of retail that wants to stay in this market. Anyone that has a mentor or, a long-term plan, you've beaten them out of this market. I mean, don't you need people to make gains? I always thought about it but I guess they don't. I guess there's always going to be a new wave of people to shred. They can just keep shredding people. But, so we're holding this double bottom on the 4-hour time frame. We're oversold. This is our saving grace. Can the 4-hour pull it off? Can something happen unexpected here for Bitcoin? And can we get some movement? Right now this 4-hour is attempting to change the game, but it's finicky. We take a look at the 1-hour, and the 1-hour has moved up with momentum, but with a bearish candle. And look, you can see support or resistance on the 1-hour is right there at 60,800. All right. Because we've bounced there. This is just a key level. Yeah, like we said, and we were there already, right? And I had deleted it. But look, and you come right back. Bounce. So if you don't flip 60,007, it's a wrap. You're going to go lower. All right. And we wanted to see this flag. When we pumped, we knew the 1-hour was going to revisit. We knew the 4-hour, but once this happened, you had to flip bearish. Once the 1-hour lost the 200 MA, and I told my students, I said, I'm bullish as long as the 1-hour stays above the 200. The second that 1 hour candle blow, you open up the short right here as this candle begins. Stop loss right here. You are in the money right now. And you may be able to keep, I would keep that short open. I wouldn't close it. I would keep the short open because it looks like it's going to continue to pound. So again, my strategies are to short the 200 MA or long the 200 MA on multiple time frames. It just depends on how long I want to be in the trade. I take it on the 1, I take it on the 5. Yesterday I did a 5-minute one. We nailed it. All right. Or the dude at some point it punches through to the downside. They're looking for exit liquidity. We close the 200 SMA on the 1 minute. If Bitcoin wants to keep existing, it cannot continue to have 30 to 50% dumps. Big business does not invest in a market where they lose half their money. Germany sent 150 Bitcoin back to Bitmart. Yeah. Well, if 55K happens, alts will bleed hard. It's crazy to see Solana still above certain levels, even after, certain alts are showing signs of life against Bitcoin, actually. We're going to talk about that, but it's a tough road. 15-minute is attempting to do a bullish div again. It's attempting to do the same story, morning glory, and try to get this revisit. Let me talk about it. So it seemed like we had some support. We did go to 59K and we, high 59s, 59.8 or something, and we bounced. But we did have some support. We're overbought here on the stochastics RSI, right on the 15-minute. When we came to resistance 2 times now, once and twice here for BTC, right? Key level is that $60,700 level. I'm just going to keep watching that. And if you look at the RSI now, we do have this bigger uptrend. And that's a downtrend, and that was the bullish div, but bullish div is only as strong as the supportive resistance around it. And I talk about this a lot to my students. If you don't set up supportive resistance, you're going to miss some key things, right? For instance, if I didn't put this yellow line and I just said whatever I want and bullish divergence breaks out, I'd be like, well, why did we get rejected there? You got rejected because that was your previous resistance. You knew that once we got to that area, a candle had to close back above it for confirmation. Once you didn't get a confirmation, you did not break above the previous high. Bearish. Right. My Steam gamble is still moving up. Such a long shot. Bigger loser yesterday. So I was thinking oversold. Interesting. It's a good idea. Hey, you take the less of, the most beat down coin, right? Yeah. It already made a high past the high in the range. It did. And that's what it's supposed to do. It says that this high will break the high. It did that. And now we hit the resistance. So here's the deal. 50-minute Stokes want a point further down. Kind of suggests that you may dump further down here. Trying to figure out how and that's technically the trend line now, and then I could make this smaller. There we go. That makes more sense. And then you can get the measured move of where we're going to go now by taking that length, and this will drop very fast like that. And you'll be at 58,600 before you know it. And that's where the liquidity lies. Look, they even now building down at 54 or 55. So there's signs of whales wanting to eat again at 55,000 and 54,000. I'd put an order down there at 54,000 because it looks like we may go there. All right. When are you going to sell your soul in Link, Sammy? Never, brother. I'll go down with the ship or I'll sell it at the end of the rally. You know what I mean? A year from now, at least 2 years from now. Bless up. Hope you're all good and well. More life and love. Amen. I'm in the short. Let's dump it. Shout out to Luke John. All-time high. Hasn't moved either. Things change fast. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. All right. So 15-minute. Let's go now to the 7. And again, I might make a long now. You never know. I'm still, it's unlikely. Well, let's see. Can the 7-minute flag out here and continue? It came out. It took the 200 MA. The 21. It's now, that would be a nice short squeeze. They could get everybody really bearish right now and give us a squeeze to the upside. I'd wait for the 7-minute Stokes to come to the dotted line. If we lose the point of control, which we are right now, I put more on there so it came out. Is that what it was? Oh, yeah, there it is. It's a local point of control. Once I give it more, Again, man, my ear hurts so bad. Even My right ear, I got water in the ear. I think I just got water in the ear. I don't know if it's an ear infection per se, but I just got water in the ear, right? Last 3 days, it'll go away. You feel off balance. I feel kind of feverish every once in a while. The AC makes me feel cold. I don't feel amazing. All right. Shoulder, possible head and right shoulder. You see that too? Again, it is a falling wedge, but we keep making this like, look, even right here, look, that was where SR flipped it. We just SR flipped it to the downside here. And look, it's kind of a rounded top, is it not? Rounded bottoms pay the bills, so flip that upside down. I mean, we rounded bottoms pay the bills, right? So if the 1 minute loses the 200, that would be your key to short this market for more gain, so this is what's likely going to happen. The 1 minute loses the 200 here, and then we fall right down. First stop at liquidity, we might get a little bounce, make a flag, and then, but you're looking at 59,500 as your next stop first, and then we'll go from there. All right. But I definitely see more bearishness than bullishness. Right now, I'd be watching the 1 and the 7 minute for confirmations. If the 1 minute does lose that 200, we're likely going to tumble down pretty fast. If the 1 minute stays above it, if the 7 can flip, we have ourselves a chance, but it's looking very unlikely, as we've already just bounced and then, bearishly SR flipped to 60,368 level. And this even kind of spells shoulder, head, and shoulder too to me. So I see some cautionary tales here for Bitcoin if you're a bull. All right. How you'll be setting this up, you'll be looking here. Stop loss below any kind of key area of support or resistance that I can find. Make this big when you're doing it. Yeah, get in there. Really focus in. Now, we could bounce off the 200 right now. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. We could bounce off that 200. It could happen. All right. If that happens, I'd wait for maybe, the 7. I'd maybe wait for another time frame to regain the 200 again, just for like confirmation. Low volume today is very similar to trading. It's not a normal, like I love trading Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's not like trading a normal Wednesday because you got all this weird stuff going on. Plus, we had jobs data today this morning too, and we'll take a look at that on Forex Factory. So what do we have today? Unemployment change for them, unemployment rate, average hourly. Yeah, we had non-farm unemployment change, and then we had the unemployment rate, and it was forecast at 4%. And the actual, oh yeah, that comes out on Friday. Sorry, I fast forward myself. Here we are. We do have something today though. Unemployment claims, that's what came out today. So they were higher than expected. Isn't that interesting? Forecasted at 238,000. Actual was 238,000, but so close. Really doesn't matter. And they were the same as, but slightly higher, more people, slightly higher unemployment claims. I mean, that's technically good because the Fed wants to see that to be able to cut the rates. Tomorrow, which is Thursday, we have, I don't think we have anything crazy. We have CPI month over month though, but that's not for us. And it is a bank holiday too as well, right? And then, but Friday we're gonna have, right, non-farm unemployment and unemployment rate. Just be careful. Non-farm Friday, it's gonna be tough. Red days, man. All right. So it looks like we may start this descent to the downside here for Bitcoin. And what I like to do is I like to just take profits at key areas. I don't use a pattern when I trade this. I don't have to. It's not really pattern trading. I'm just trading level by level using the 200 as my entry point if we lose it. You can set up the trade as such, open up a short. The profit I'm looking for is about 59,796, right? The stop loss. And again, if you have trouble with this type of stuff, you can just flip it upside down and trade it the same. 60,445. I'm not making the trade yet because we're actually getting confirmation of the bounce off the 200. You see that? Which would make this a falling wedge that breaks at the upside. You're like, Sam, you're confusing. I know. Because I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. Aha. Watch this, though. I watch it play around. If we end up losing the 200 at any moment, this is how the short would play out. This is what I would be looking at for gains. I might even take profits when we hit that first blue line. Just it depending on how the market moves. I'm more bearish than bullish because you have a high. You keep making lower highs. See, the stochastics can push up again. If that turns and you don't break above that blue line, you're likely going to dump further to the downside. The risk is $50 for 165, $100 for 343. And then like $200 for about $600. And that's a good risk reward ratio, right? And it looks like we may be losing that yellow line, right? It looks very likely. Cautionary tales for Bitcoin. Ooh, the horror movie of Bitcoin. The blood begins, right? And also, they could reverse it at sketchy on the low volume day. It's weird. It's like they got us by the guts today, the way they got the markets, because we got a lot of people are traveling today. A lot of people were traveling. They're going to be on their way somewhere throughout the week, or for the rest of the week. It's just what happens, right? So we know that. Wow, we just made SR flip resistance too. So now you got a little support there. Now we're lower below, so I take it. I take it every time, whether I lose or I don't. Oh yeah, but look, I always pressed the long button accidentally. Good thing I didn't. Look, I messed up. We bounced, it saved me. And this is some days, and I'll be honest, today should be a tricky day. It should be very difficult to trade based when there's a lower volume set. The market will go down, back up and down, because it's going after stop losses all around. When there's, you have to understand, when there's a lot of people, there's a lot more people doing short one way. So when it goes down, it keeps going that way. And when we pick the direction, we're able to get our moves. That's not the case on a low volume day. You get it? You got to think of it logically and common sense wise. The reason why it's not that great to trade on a day with low volume. All right. 100% is, and I just explained it. It makes sense, right? So you want to make sure that you don't push yourself, because I know everyone wants to learn and people get really excited. I'm going to make gains. I want to learn. I want to use what I learned with the lifer and I want to make it happen. And I know, right? You're live with shadow ban for me on YouTube. Don't worry, man. It's all good. I'm never traveling on holiday weekends. Too crowded. Then again, I only go on vacation once a year. Amen. Told you it was a swimming pool and the headphones. Makes it worse. How is it the swimming pool? It wasn't my swimming pool. I went to the beach. Yeah. The headphones do make it worse. Thank you, Trader World 404. God bless you, man. I don't know if you're a hater or a lover, though. You seem like a kind of a hater. I don't know, though. Maybe everyone loves me, man. Jerry, I know everybody loves you, Jerry. All right, remember that on Seinfeld? Bitcoin needs to go down anyway, right? 1 hour charts give a clue going up. I mean, the bounce off the 200 is a bullish sign. You see that? We didn't lose the 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame. So tells me to hold my horses on the short. And it also tells me just like, I don't have to overtrade today. You know what I mean? Just be careful. The fireworks have begun. Thoughts on Tesla? I believe I called the bottom for Tesla a few months back. I'd like to talk about that because I like positioning myself and, where you should be. And it's funny, an arch nemesis of mine, but someone on YouTube, who I will never name, it's like, oh, I'll get Tesla down at $40-$50. Like, I'm going to buy Tesla. That's what I'm buying. This is definitely a bear. I was like, man, he's out of his mind. Anyway, I went over numerous times. You can actually back test it. Go find it. My team, if you can find a team, it's going to be hard for you, but you can see me telling you that Tesla's in the buy. I actually think I posted it to the trading group too. Let's see. Because I don't post Tesla a lot. So I'm hoping maybe there will be a post of me when I put this out. I put this out a long time ago, right? And I was like, I like where Tesla's at, right? Right here, I think I got a YouTube channel telling me that the bottom was in for Tesla right here. Did you check Tesla? Yeah, we look at stock, whatever you want. I've been looking at Tesla calling it a buy. I've been screaming Tesla's in a buy zone right here. Because look at the bullish div on the daily. Dude, I nailed it. Bullish div on the daily. 3 months ago. An asset this big. And then I see it turning into an inverted head and shoulders. So I see this as the top of the head. I say this is a screaming buy for Tesla. One of the best prices you could ever get for it. I could be wrong, but my indicators are telling me that it is. So I'm bullish on Tesla at 169. And to me, they're going to print money. And the S&P is going to continue to go to the upside. So I don't see how we don't get to a 550 Tesla. Dude, I nailed it for you there 3 months ago. Can you check Tesla? Yeah, we look at... I nailed it. Look at that. So again, learn that's why people should join the trading group, because how the heck was I able to tell you 3 months ago that Tesla was a buy, 150? Now look where it's at. You would have made gains had you listened to the lifer, right? But you don't have to listen to me. You can listen to your own instincts and get the education that I have. Like, I'm not a genius or a superhuman person. Like, I simply just did the work. And I know how to get you from where I was to where I am now. You see what I'm saying? All right. So there you go. Me calling the bottom for Tesla. I even showed you the inverted head and shoulder before it happened. You can see it there now. I said, look, I think it's going to make the right shoulder and move to the upside. Oh, there it is. It made a long time right shoulder, and then it moved to the upside. It broke the what? The 200 SMA on the daily. It's a very bullish sign. You long Tesla now, and then you can just put a stop below it. If it ever goes back below the 200 SMA, you could wait. It may not be the move, but as long as it stays above the 200. I mean, the last time it did that, it got a move from 199 all the way to 287, and it's just starting at 210. It could go to 300 or to this next resistance point. So Tesla looks very bullish to me. The daily looks great. They're printing money on the S&P. Things seem to be rolling in the stock market. I see Cybertrucks all around here in Sarasota, so it means they're selling. People are loving them. You know, it's getting a good rap in the sunny states with solar power and a lot of that. It works. Up northeast, you don't see a lot. It doesn't work as well in the northeast, right? Yeah, why? Why were you looking for Potato? How did you know Potato was there? Me and Potato were arguing on the live stream. He told me he wanted to love me forever, but I told him that I didn't want to be with Potato anymore because Potato got too chubby. All right, go. I don't want you on screen. I love you, sweetie. Enjoy the cats. Yeah. 1 minute bouncing still, bro. So anyway, Tesla with the nice move to the upside. I like what I'm seeing for Tesla. A little far away from the 21 there on the 1 hour, the 4 hour. You know, that was a huge pump it seemed to have gotten today. Nice move to the upside. I mean, it looks like it's either going to continue a master pump. Oh, wow, look, the 8 hour broke the 200 SMA, my go-to signal to long, and Tesla was gone. You see? It's front-running a golden cross on the 8 hour. You can see how the 50 is coming for that 200 SMA. So my new, basically, I learned all this stuff, but about 2 years ago, I started front-running golden crosses, breaks above the 200 SMA, and I just started printing money, I'm telling you. Inverted head and shoulders, just everything started to make sense to me. I could see it. So remember when someone asked me about Tesla right there, there's the short, there's me talking about Tesla and nailing it. Guys, we should take that clip out today and show when I showed my first clip, and then show Tesla right now. Just edit that live if we can a little bit. I could even record it. I'll do a better recording of it. I'll do a nice recording of it, and we'll put it back out, because that's a beautiful call. And I've done this from things to stock to Forex, you name it. And forget me. I know everyone's like, talk about yourself. It's not about me. It's about the fact that you can gain the same education I gained. That's what I'm trying to prove to everybody here. I was the lost guy, ADHD, couldn't figure it out. I'm depressed. Oh, I'm never going to have my own business. Oh, negative self-talk, all that. I had all that. I had everything going wrong for me, and I made it. So no more excuses, no more lying, no more putting ourselves down. It's time we build ourselves up. It's time we love ourselves. It's time we tell ourselves that we deserve to be in a better place in life. We deserve to live in a 10-bedroom mansion if we would like, if that's something we want. Maybe we want to have our own campsite. Maybe we want to live off the land and have 500 acres and just have goats and cows. Whatever our dream is, we deserve it. If you desire goats and cows, but you live in a 500 square foot apartment right now and work a night shift, I know I can feel you. I used to live in an 800 square foot apartment and work a night shift. I think it'll maybe 700.
And I did that for 10 years. And I worked the night shift for 6 of those 10 years. So believe you me, I did not always live up to my potential. I was not always the crypto lifer. All right. There was years of my life where I struggled. And so if I got here, I don't see how you cannot. But it's going to take mental toughness. It's going to take all your focus, all your conviction. You're going to have to keep negative people out of your life because they're going to bring you down. It's not going to be easy to deal with them when your market's going up. You're going to have to keep positive people in your life. You're going to have a dream, a goal. You're going to have to work at that dream and goal every single day. What?
Make sure to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, smash that like button, and make sure to always trade Bitcoin, no matter what happens.
All right, guys. And that's not financial advice.
And no one to the live stream.
And what does Daddy say?
Daddy said, happy handy and kept the life up.
She does whatever her sister does. So her sister grabs the mic. She's going to grab the mic. You know what I mean? Like, this looks like the dump is coming here. I'm going to take this short. You know what I mean? I'm going to stop playing around. Scared money don't make no money. I'm going to take this short, right? And let's see what happens here as we lose this 200. I may get banged out. You never know. I'm okay with it. It's been a tough market. Today's a very tough day to trade. So my trader instinct tells me to stay out of the market completely. But, oh, look at that. We made some money right there. Who just made some gains on that bump? Let's see if we can get this to continue. Sammy Cuphead, he sold it all, baby. Daddy says, don't interrupt the stream. You're funny, man. Luckiest man alive. Amen. I am, man. I'm one of the luckiest people on earth. I know I am. I got some beautiful girls in my life. My sister loves me. This morning, 3 women asked me how I was feeling. My sister and both my daughters. How you feeling, Daddy? Not too good. Still not feeling too good, kids. Okay, you know. A hard rejection by that 200 SMA there. And, you know, I'm stress-free right now, whether I win or lose. Because everybody knows that nobody's 100%. So whether I win or lose, it doesn't really truly matter, does it, at the end of the day? Because it's all about what happens and how I deal with it, to be honest, and how my risk management is. If I have a nice stop loss and I only lose a little bit, I'm in control. And if I don't keep revenge trading myself to zero, I'm in control. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's good to just kind of be free of the emotions of the trade and just let the trade do what it's going to do. Either you're going to get stops or you're going to make the move. Everything doesn't look too good, and there's a whole building up. That's a rounded top, and things are starting to look pretty nasty. I don't see how we don't go down. I've been pretty accurate for the last 4 or 5 years. I'm pretty sure I trust in what my charts tell me. My charts are telling me we're going down. And they've been like 80 to 90% accurate for me. And then I throw in Bookmap. Link to Bookmap in the description below. And it just tells me that there's more liquidity to the downside, right? So it'd say, hey, we want to follow through. It doesn't look like we're going to have a master reversal anytime soon, but you never know. Anything could happen. I'm open-minded to it. And the stochastics are low now. Could we get a flip? They're playing games. Look up. They flipped it up again. And watch them just go up here and then dump the price. You never know. You might see me get sniped. Anything could happen. And that's the chance you take when you trade live in front of people, right? They're going to judge you whether you win or lose. When you win, they're going to think you're greater than you are. When you lose, they're going to think you're worse than you are, right? And it is what it is, right? Like if I win this one trade, everyone's going to think I'm amazing because I won one trade. And we'll play it up and it will feel good, right? But if I lose one trade, everyone's going to think I suck because I lose one trade. And that's the path. That's just life. All right? Lifer, thanks for keeping it real for us. Joining the 99 is the best thing I've done. Thank you. Shout out to the chef. I love that you keep saying that, man. And I really, really, really appreciate that support. It means a lot to me because you're new. You came into the group, and when new people come into the group and they're getting a lot out of it and they tell me that and they want it publicly known, it makes me really, really happy inside. It's actually worth more than any gold in the world, man. So God bless you, brother. Not looking great for bitty bitcoins. No. What's your thought process to stop revenge trading? Just walk away. Tell myself to trade 1 or 2 trades a day and walk away. You got to limit the trades that you make that day. You got to say, I'm only going to make 2 to 3 trades. If I lose one, I'll do another one. If I lose that one, I'm done. Yesterday, I did hit one. I lost one. I lost another. And then I took the third. And I felt like I was revenge trading, but I made it all back on the third trade. But again, was I rewarded for revenge trading? Maybe slightly. But I recognize that. You know what I mean? And I got out by the skin of my teeth, and I still pulled a positive day, but it was, it was sketch. And I understand that. So like, I don't want to do that again today. Like if I lose today, I'm going to walk away. I'm going to tell myself it's the day before July 4th. There's going to be low volume. You're messing with the market makers. There's scarcity out here. Just be careful. I am going to play the probabilities. The probabilities say I win if I short the market. So that's what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? I'm going to separate myself from the math, and I'm just going to play the math. The math says I win if I short. Whatever happens after that, it is what it is. Okay? Why is ETH still underperforming? Because it's now has the last 3 months it stopped to be deflationary. Haven't you seen that? That was big news that I put out to everybody. I think you really want to kind of pay attention to that news when I talk about it. But ETH is deflationary, right? ETH. I want to let everybody know on a little secret here. I don't think people understand this. Look at Bitcoin. Okay? Look at Bitcoin, all right? And check it out. Cool coin, right? Market cap, $1.1 trillion. Amazing, right? Circulating supply, you see that? 19.7 million. 93% is out, right? Total supply, max supply, 21 million Bitcoin, okay? Fully diluted would be, fully diluted right now would be $1.2 trillion, right? If all the coins came out right now. Is that correct? Yeah, because it's not that far from where we have. Anyway, so wow, we're in the money right now on that short though, right? Look at that thing dumping, right? So now you're in the gain, nice and calm with the lifer. No problems, no questions asked, right? Things going our way. I should have put more money in the trade though. I'm kind of like, I put $1,600 in the trade. It's a $48,000 trade. We got the dumpage. We lost the 200 MA. We should continue down to this move now. We want to get the follow through. I don't want to look at it. When I look at it, it usually doesn't, I don't want to look at it. But you're in gains now. At this point, right? At this point, you can start to shave the stop loss at least to that point. That's what I would do. The movement you make from entry point is the movement I take on stop. Now we get to the blue line, I'm going to be going to break even. Now that we got this extension, I'm going to be going back up. Now stops are fast here on the short, right? It's a $131 trade pretty fast, right? It's a nice trade. And there we go. Now we're going to start moving the stop into profit. All right, now we can't lose the trade. Now we've locked in $100, and now we've locked in another, and now you're nailing it, okay? And now here comes the squeeze, and we called it, and we did it again. And I do this for a living every day of my life, right? And people hate on me, oh, it's a little bit, but if you make $150 to $160 every single time you touch the computer, and you're only on the computer for a couple minutes at a time, it's gonna add up, man. I'm telling you, it's going to add up. And so I'm going to get binged out, right? I could have chased, but that was a beautiful trade. That was a beautiful trade. Congratulations to anyone that just took that trade. That was awesome. I'm telling you right now, if you do that every day, you're going to be unfreaking believable. I'm telling you right now, you're going to be a freaking all-star. All right? Don't let anyone talk ish about, oh, he only made $150, all this nonsense. You know how many people can't do that? I just used $1,600. I took a tiny move on Bitcoin. A tiny move, a freaking 0.36% move, and I was able to take dang near 10% on that trade. You see what I'm saying? This is what it is. And honestly, it probably will continue. I probably could have just put it to stop even and let that thing melee. But I like to take my profits. That's what I do. And when my Stokes get to the lower point, I take my profit. All right? I don't worry about what else happens after that. That's a beautiful move to the downside. Okay? So, and I show you how we can trade short and we can trade long. And again, I show you how I just use the yellow line. I'm not a genius here. I'm super simple with it. I just have control over my emotions. That's what most of you don't have yet. But you're going to get there if you keep coming back and hanging out with the lifer. Okay? You're going to be exactly where I'm at. You're going to have clarity. It's going to make sense to you. Things are going to move your way. Look, I call the market accurately on a daily basis. To the T. Look, the entry was exact. Had you entered when I entered, you were never down. Maybe a second, but then we started to move exactly. And then you would have sold onto a wick at an overvalued area. And today was the long squeeze, okay? Today, but all we did was flip what I do every day, and we flipped it the other side. All I did was see my brain from the other angle, right? Flip this upside down, and you would have seen Sammy shorting the long in the market above the 200, and I would have said that's an inverted head and shoulder. I'm in, right? And I would have said that's an SR flip above this resistance. Let's take that. Understood? Now, would I go back and long immediately? No, I'd wait for my next move. If we break the 200, maybe I'll scalp another move to the upside. It depends on how I feel. I am happy. I think that trade was beautiful. I'm very, very happy with what just happened. Okay? I won the trade publicly in front of people. I could have lost the trade publicly in front of people. There's people right now that watch that stream right now and think I'm amazing right now because of that 1-1. I get it. It's not right, but it's true. Okay? But I will continue to do this over and over again. All right? And I showed you how you can make money in any market at any time. And again, the measured move is the length of the base here. When rising wedges break to the downside, they fall straight down. And look, that told me where we were going. So it kind of told you, and I already had the previous resistance. I said I probably will take profits at the first blue line. I said we might go lower though, right? Looks like we're going to dump to my next target at 59,950 now. I mean, now you got people scared. Now people are hitting that panic sell button, and now all the longs are getting just absolutely liquidated. Why would you open up a long why would you open up if I was in a long heavy right now and I saw we were losing the 200 on the 1 minute, I'd be out. And now I'm learning that the 1 minute shows you some big dumps. Like the biggest dump of the day might be right now. This could recover, we could change. That was the move, you know? And I'm noticing most of the moves happen on my live stream, right? Between 10 and 12 o'clock. So not only am I teaching you when to trade, I'm teaching you how to trade. But I go live for a certain reason. And I own this position in this market at this time. People try to stream on my time frame. They try to do it. But the key word in that is try. They don't consistently do it. Look, it's now hit my second target. Now you're in the money big time. I would have made probably 250 to 400 bucks maybe, but it's okay. The key is I got some of the move today and I was accurate. It could have went right back up, stopped me out, and then dumped on me. So many things could have went differently. We must be grateful every single time. You know what I mean? This guy said, watching a multimillionaire take small profits was very important for me to see. Stop me from overtrading and greed. Amen. Amen. God will provide for you if you provide for others. What are you doing for someone else today? What does your business consist of? How many people will you reach today? How many people will you talk to today? How many people will you spread light, life, and happiness to today? How many people will you talk about positivity and energy? How many people will you touch with your frequency today? I'm telling you right now, if you keep just bringing positive energy to the world, I truly believe God's going to make sure you sleep in a king-size bed every night, because God's going to be very happy with the way you behave. And when God sees his people taking care of his people, God takes care of his people, man. I'm telling you right now, I figured it out. So if you help others, God helps you. And so you don't have to be egotistical or worry about yourself so much, because it is egotistical to help others, because in turn, the cycle of God helping you will come back. And so maybe it's selfish when you help other people then. I used to talk about giving somebody a card is a selfish act, right? When you give a birthday card to someone. How bad do you want to see someone open the gift you give them? How fun is it to watch someone open a gift that you've given them? My wife, she's the worst at giving gifts. She can never wait till the time. Like if my birthday's on the 9th, she's like, the 6th will come and she's like, you want to open your birthday present now? I'm like, no, I'm going to wait. I told my mom on her, funny, but I would tell my mom, I said, Mom, she wants me to open my birthday present early. And my mom's a stickler of that. She's like, no. Like, and as funny as this is, no, it's not even a joke. My mom's like, no, like, you open up your birthday present on your birthday. Like, because to my parents, patience and timing is important. And so you don't just get to open your present whenever you want. You open your present on your birthday, man. You wait your time. So my wife's always like, and me and her get in arguments over it sometimes. She's like, I just want to tell you. Can I tell you? I'm like, leave me alone. I've run out of the house before. I'm like, I don't want to know what my present is. I want to wait patiently for it. It's so funny. Like, I was out today on the garden with my granddad while the market had been dumping. It's good to take some time off with the family when the market is down, because you don't want to get emotional and sell. Yeah. I think it's hard for people to love, but the truth is the more you give, the more God will give you. It's true, man. I see double top of the 4 a long time ago, but my silly brain shorted and got wicked out every single move. It's okay, man. You'll figure it out. You'll find your way in this market. You will. Look, I told you where price was going to stop. I had a blue line there and a blue line there. We stopped right on my blue line. I took profits there. Fine, I missed a little bit of the move. Oh, well, it's over now. Should I spend time thinking about what I could have done, or should we move on to the next thing? Right? What would you say? What would you say right now? Watch what the chat says right now. Watch what the chat says. Don't be a smart aleck, dude. I think someone's going to write something silly. I already called you out on it, so don't do it. But I'm waiting for the chat. Move on to the, exactly. You want to move on. Exactly. Move on, baby. I love y'all. I see you people listening. I love that people are interacting here. This is awesome. Shout out to GF Burke, man. We can't hear you, lifer. Oh, don't start that. Don't start that nonsense. I know, you got me going, though, for a split second. I'll be honest, I got an anxiety attack for a half a second. You gave me stress, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. I was like, nah, that can't be. It's been working the whole time. Very impressive, brother. God bless you and your family. Shout out to Daniel V. Thank you. Yeah, man, I gave you exactly when the chart was going to go. I showed you exactly where it was going to end, and we took the move. And we saw the move, and we nailed it. And we even had liquidity for Bookmap. Shout out to Bookmap. And it's just another day doing business with y'all. Who here made gains? Let's get a 333 in the comments. I want to hear people make gains. I want to see what you made. So send me the percentages. Tell me. Post in the 99. Who made gains on that short with me? I can't be the only one that made gains on that short. Most of you guys make more than me. You guys are vicious. You guys use 150, 200x. If Master Friend had a hold of that, you old. Look at the 333s. Look at all the people that make gains right now. Unbelievable. Look at this. And someone made some mental gains. I like that. My leverage was 77x leverage. And again, you don't have to use any leverage at all. You know, I use leverage because the market is the only way to get something out of the market when the market's tight. I can take a small move for Bitcoin and I can turn it into a day's pay. $90 in 5 minutes. I'll take it every day. I love that. Trader Wolf 404. That's the thing. Some people come to this stream kind of like weren't looking at me, but once they start getting paid on everything that I talk about, they don't question me no more. They don't question me ever again. Come join us at the 1 billion club. Okay. Paid for dinner out tonight. Amen. 138% gains. Took the short with you, Sammy. Shout out to Omar Torres. Shout out to Louie. Shout out to Eric R. Shout out to Jahamir Gavaret. What do you recommend for Bitcoin today? We already just did it, baby. Just watching this week. Practicing discipline. My strongest weakness. I love that. You're funny. My strongest weakness. Interesting. I've never heard someone say that. That's very interesting. Made my monthly sub just from that 15 minutes, brother. Amen. He made the monthly subscription pay in 15 minutes. Can't wait for it to dump a tiny bit more. Pendle has some more to come down. And happy to jump on. I thought you read that already. I think I read that comment again. I'm having deja vu. You said that comment twice. Am I wrong? I have like a photographic memory, man. Right there. Pendle has some more to come down. See? Pendle has some more to come down. I caught that. I'm like a freaking computer over here. All right, let's get back up. Bitcoin getting the pump back to the upside. And it did look like when the stochastics were low, we could have longed it right back in. Had I longed it back again, I would have been the man. That would have been legit. Had I just been like, I'm going to flip long now, right after I sold the exact bottom and flip long. I'm going to get there. See? I think I can get better. You can always fine tune it because I could have waited for the Stokes to got low and sold. I really think, and I could have waited for the VRVP to hit the, I tend to sell early on the live, but I've explained why. Because I want to win in front of everybody. Wouldn't you? Let's get real. Let's get real right now. Let's get serious. I'd rather take 150 publicly than wait for 300 and get spanked. You know what I mean? Even though I know the 300 may be likely, what I got, bird in hand, man. Bird in hand is much better than any free. So now, can the 1 minute get above the 200, and can we get a catalyst to the upside? See? And does the short squeeze now bring us the gain? And do we just ping pong these dudes right back the other way for gains? Look at that shoulder, head, right shoulder right there too. And then you had a neckline. I mean, that was clear as day. Look at that. There was a lot of bearishness out here. You could have seen it. You could smell the bearishness. It was thick. It was the musk, Elon Musk. There was a musky smell to the. There was an Elon Musky smell to the bearishness out here today. Send it, lover. Shout out to After Hours. Okay, no rush. Just wanted to make sure it got through. Shout out to Lemon Graphics. God bless you. Let's take a look at the fan funding. It is 11:15. And we don't have any fan funding today. Oh my gosh. One of the first times. We are dry as a bone out here. It's okay. That's fine. I don't need it. God will provide, my friends. God will provide at all times. At all times. And always in all ways. You know. And I know how to live without. I don't always have to have it all. It's nice, but I don't always have to have it all. All right. Okay. This is the trade. So we get above the 200 and we scalp. First blue line, second blue line. You get it? Same exact trade as before. We're just going to long instead of short. We're going to wait for this to break and then, stochastics will be high. Everything is flipped the opposite way. We're doing the same thing. Now, if this gets rejected, we're going to dump even more. And now you got like a rising wedge bear flag that may dump on you, right? And now you're looking for the bullish div, and that's where we kind of come into looking at the charts the way we're looking at it now. Can you look at... Yeah, hold on. Let me get to it. Shout out to Master Friend. He asked, can you look at Bitcoin, please? He says, you're the funniest dude I ever met. You really know, how to make me laugh real well, bro. Just funny, man. Deed. I love you, bro. Hold on, let me get to it, all right? You want Bitcoin, is it? What's the name of the ticker? Wait, what did he ask everybody? He wants, what is it? So we gave you I showed you how I called Tesla 3 months ago and nailed it, number one. I give you a live trade here. If I haven't impressed you with the technical analysis at this point, if I haven't done a juggle game here and made you realize that something else is going on here behind the scenes, I don't know what to tell you, all right? Master Friend just got too much liquidity. He's got the sauce, bro. Much love, brother. Have a great day. My anniversary is today. Sending love and good vibes from the lake in Nashville. Hey, God bless you, man. Team MJPX. God bless you, brother. He said, BitConnect. You're funny, man. He said, look at BitConnect. No, he said, look at Bitcoin. Anyway. I don't know why I listen to people. I take you guys seriously for half a second. I'm like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? So look, rising wedges break to the downside. Rejection by the 200 with high stochastics suggests this does go lower. And that's a bear flag that wants to take you down the length of the pole here to the downside. Rising wedge breakdown 68% of the time. Do you double bottom? Likely you probably continue all the way to 59.8. And then we go back to Bookmap to check on the liquidity and see what's happening. All right. And 59. What I want to talk about too with these low prices, which makes it amazing, is the channel sponsor iTrust Capital. When you have access to iTrust Capital 24/7, 365 days a year, you can buy Bitcoin for your kids. Like generational wealth can be achieved with iTrust Capital. You won't go to buy and sell it. It won't be in a hardware wallet where you're trying to grab at it. It'll be safe with redundancy. iTrust Capital, when you're ready to pull out, they will give you the Bitcoin. It won't just have to come out in kind. And you'll have access to Bitcoin on the dips on the weekends, which you can't do on the ETF. So if everyone thinks the ETF is long-term for my family, call Fidelity. I think it's such a smarter decision to jump into iTrust Capital. You also have precious metals, cryptocurrencies, and other things going on inside of your IRA. So check it out. Call a professional, find out more, hit the QR code, and we are sponsored by iTrust Capital. But with these low prices, I think it would be a good chance to think about, something to think about. So far we did take a dip to the downside as suggested. If we lose the 200, the 21 here, we'll dump even more. We have a death cross now that just occurred here, which is telling you that more is going to probably come to the downside. That's when the 50 crosses the 200 MA. All right. But my eye spies one more thing. Do you see it? And again, I may be crazy with this, and I'm sorry if I'm overpowering your brain, but that's what will happen to this stream, and I think that'll also help you over time. But possibly an inverted head and shoulder here, high frequency individuals, man. If you want to be a high frequency individual, you're going to hang out with me every day. You got to be pushing it. I was up at 5 a.m. All right. I was working out at 5 a.m. I did I worked out with the weights for 40 minutes. Then I did calisthenics for 35 minutes. Heck, I almost swam on the pool. I was riding my bike and I have an earache. You know what I mean? Who cares? But I'm just saying, like, that's how you feel good about yourself. So yeah, the market's taking a dump. Things aren't going perfectly. But I took care of myself today. Don't let the market stop. I want to tell you this because I used to let the market stop me from taking care of myself. I used to be in a position, it would go down and like I wouldn't work out that day because I get so depressed and so upset. I'd go eat, I'd be like, I go with my friend and go grab a beer or something. You know what I mean? Do something real stupid. I'd always run away from the pain. All right. Now I give myself the pain before the pain even comes. Like, let's get the pain in the morning. Let's go. Let's get that. And then you're ready for a lot of things coming your way. Working out is the biggest catalyst to my positive attitude. Everyone says, how do you stay positive every day? How are you always in an uptrend? How do you always keep it moving like that? And I say, I keep it moving because I'm always working out, man. I work out. I care about my blood movement. I care about getting it in. I drink water. I want to stay, it's all about vitality. I think that's the name of the boat I would get. Vitality. You know what I mean? Almost has Vital Buteric in there, and it's like a little bit of a play on crypto, but nobody will know. Vital. My wife called him Vital one day, and I said, "Did you say Vital?" And I just started laughing so hard. She was like Vital, and I was like, Vital Buteric. To this day, it makes me laugh. I'm like, Vital? It is so funny, man. Interesting though. I like, honestly, could be the reversal here. There's your low. There's your higher low. That's cup and handy. That's kind of the money printer right there. That is the money printer. Technically, there's your divergence. We came up for the higher low. Bang. Master friend would take the fib from what he's taught me from this candle body. And that would be basically a 618, Maybe he'd go from there and that would be a 786. Trippy, but right there would be almost a 618 fib retracement. So let's get back into what I was looking at before with the long. So can we break back above the 200 MA now? Now it does look like a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Now it looks like I could long the market right the other way. I so want to ping pong with y'all and show you how I can swing long and short in the same hour. I think that's just boss. You know what I mean? So 60,978. All right. Stop would be 60,191. And you got to trust again. You got to keep trusting that 200. Now I risk half the trade, 80 for 673. It ain't bad. Now I could front run it right now. We may not get above it. I've pressed this button right now, and then we've gotten rejected immediately. I pressed this button right now, and we've went boom, and I've hit some gains. So now that we're above the 200 MA, I'll just blindly take the signal. You see? I'll blindly take that signal. And what I'll do is I'll even shave the stop to like $40. You know what I mean? So now I'm definitely going to still win some gains on the day. All right, we're back up again, and now we want to get the pump. Now we already know we're going to get some resistance at these key levels. But something about the 200 where the bots interact with price action and they create a catalyst of movement. I've been backtesting it for years. And again, I may get slumped right now. It may not happen. But a scared trader is a trader that never wins. A trade you never open is a trade you never win. So you got to open a trade to make money. Like, people don't think about the simplest things sometimes, but it's like, so you got to find a system and you got to trade it. Otherwise, how are you going to live? How is it going to work? It's not going to happen, right? I mean, I could even just take the 14 and call it a day, right? As we continue to move, I'll shave that stop loss up now. Now I'm barely in any risk at all. And you can double check your risk if you want. Like, where are you at now? Right? By just going right here and just see, okay, if I lose 51. If I gain 643. Right? Now, that's a nice reversal now. Now my stop's almost at break even. You see? I like the 50 bucks right there. I'm moving the stop loss into profit. I'm going to take 30 bucks out of here. And I'm just going to be happy if I get any more. I'm not going to be greedy anymore. And I swear, every time I'm not greedy, the candle keeps running. Whenever I'm greedy, the candle hits me. It's so weird how like you get rewarded for being more appreciative. It's so awkward. It's so weird. Well, look, I'm guaranteed to take at least 30 bucks. Now at least 40 bucks, possibly. All right. We get to the blue line, that would be so awesome. Then I'll make like 300 bucks and I'll be able to call it a day. 300 bucks a day is what I used to make going to work, man. And I used to have to take the train. I used to have to spend more time commuting than I did doing this. And I wasn't even at work yet. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty awesome, right? But you just have to control over yourself, man. Look at that beautiful move to the upside. Woo-wee! Yes. And now I move the stop right here. Now I'm in there. Now I get another view. I'm freaking nailing it today, man. I'm ping-ponging it today. And now I'm not being greedy. And my stop, now I'm definitely going to take 100 bucks off the trade. There I go. I got pinged. I should have got pinged on that. They didn't stop me out? There we go. Excellent. 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 Yes! Something about being sick. I'm seeing it so clear, man. But those two in a row, man. Woo! Yo, I love this life, bro. I love this life, man. I got a system, baby. Bang, bang, bang. I got a model. I just trade my model. And it works. Freaking feels good. You're watching the evolution of a trader on a daily basis, baby. You're watching the evolution of a trader. Unbelievable. I love you, master friend, man. Like, there's something about us, man. There's a connection here. Something very special between me and you. No homo. I don't give a dang. I don't give a damn. I never had a connection to another person like this, bro. I love you, man. I love you with all my heart. Like, you understand me. I understand you. Like, I see you. You see me. Like, I appreciate that. As your life grows as fast as mine goes, a lot of people try to take you for something or use you for things or get jealous of you fast, you know, or talk ish on you. And I just want to say, man, thank you, bro. Getting emotional over here. But I just want to say thank you, man, you know? And listen, I teach you guys the power of the 200. We got it this way. We got it that way. We weren't greedy. We raised the stop as we went, and we were able to take gains. Had we just lived the dream every time, and look, we're too far away from the 21. I teach you, when price makes a gap for the 21, you're coming back. Now what you need to see, and now this is my next evolution that I figured out just in the last 3 months. This is what I've learned now. I've added to my system. Because now I know my next long is when the 21 touches, right? But we got to stay above the 200. So if the 21 can touch and the 200 can stay, I got my next, you know. So look, you're all, and the only reason I'm able to pull off these trades is because I can see the trades before they happen. Okay? Dude, this was one of the best live streams I ever did, man. Like, come on. And we only have 1,060 people here. That's okay. I'm blessed. Having 1,000 people on the live. Today's a travel day. I knew it would be a light day on the live. I knew it. I told myself not to worry, not to stress. It's nothing to do with me. It's just the way the markets are running. Usually in a dump, actually, we'd have more people watching. Like, the dumps actually bring people in, right? So we look at this here now, make it a flag. Wow, they might short squeeze this puppy. Do I got to go to a smaller time frame? So it looks like we SR flipped right now. Previous support was resistance right there. We're back above 60,391. Interesting. Look, even that flag broke out. I don't know if when I drew that, but look, that flag broke to the upside there. There's 100 ways to trade this stuff, right? I used to see only one. Now I see all 6, and it's like I just pick which one I want to use. You know, I'm like, heck, I'll take that one now. I'll take this. I'll flip it over here. I'm swinging it, man. I'm strumming the banjo over here, man. I showed you how to long and short in a freaking 10-minute swing, and how to grab some gains out the market, right? Double top at 60,800. I mean, that's nasty right there. Bookmap has liquidity to the downside, all the way to 58,400. But I already took that short, and the short should have kept going, and we did get the reversal. And then I said we'll be long if the 1 minute breaks the 200. So now I can't be short unless the 1 minute breaks the 200 SMA. Now I have to remain bullish temporarily. You get it, in the interim, because that's just the probability, right? I can't go against the math. I'm not going on what I feel or believe. That wouldn't get me anywhere. But, and again, now we're going to get the golden cross here. You see? Now we got the death cross, but now we're going to get the golden cross. And that could propel us further to the upside. I just want to see us, and now it's looking like we are going to be able to touch the 21 without losing the 200. That's going to be the key to the next trade. If we feel like we want to take it. I've hit my quota for the day. I don't need to trade again. You get it? Like, don't force yourself. Like, I can't even believe we had this good of a trading day. And those are small moves for Bitcoin. Like, Bitcoin didn't do much right now. Like, Bitcoin's flat for a lot of other people. But I showed you how to make a day's pay out of nothing. Like, out of nothing. And I used like $1,600 to do it. I think that was the bigger trade. It wasn't like I had piles of money. Oh, he had 10,000 or 30,000 to make that trade. No. And I just made I charge $99 a month at my trading group. I just made triple that right in front of you guys. And I showed you how to do it. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, I don't know what else I can do. I literally try to feed the world, man. Straight up. Like, you see it every single day. And how could you hate when I get you paid? Anyone hating on me just doesn't like to get paid. And if you don't like to get paid, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it doesn't make sense. So hating on me just doesn't make sense. Literally, right? Doesn't make sense. Get it? But it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I'll focus on the love. But I just wanted to point that out. Like, you're hating on yourself or you're hating on me, because I'm showing you how to help yourself, right? So I know that the 21 has to touch price action before we can get another long here. But I don't know exactly what price action's doing right now. It's acting pretty funky. It honestly looks like we're about to pump again. And we will go over altcoins. If you have any super chats, put them in. We're going to get to them. And we'll talk about your altcoins and whatever's happening today and break it down. I also have some news to give you. There's some stuff coming in on the wire that you definitely want to know about. Okay. Germany continuing want to sell off that BTC, but 60K holding strong. Whoever gobbled up under 50,000, that was a steal. I bought Bitcoin this morning. I had to. I was up at like 4 in the morning on the dip. All right. So the long, we take it to 60,735 now. See how it keeps changing the numbers? I just keep doing whatever the numbers give me. I don't really stress any of that stuff. 60,364, right? And see, I'm always doing the proper risk management. 1 to 3 at least. This one's a 1 to 5. I risk 100 for 468, right? Very good odds with the way the 21 just crossed the 200. I've backtested that many times in my life. It's a good chance this will break out. I'd say about an 80% probability that we're going to get a move now back to 60,600 or back to 60,728. I'm locked in today. I'm on one. I think it's when I have a lack of sleep. I'm like better at this. It's really weird. I don't know how that makes any sense because it doesn't, but I'm rocking my dad's Rolex today that he gave me. He actually never gave it to me. He died and my mom gave it to me. My mom actually never gave it to me too because my mom died before she got to give it to me. She was waiting for like a moment or something. She wasn't ready to give my dad things to me yet. It was her thing, you know? So I didn't ask for it. The day she died, 2 days later, I went to the house and I said, I guess I get to take the Rolex now. Kind of crazy, right? Sorry, I don't mean to make you guys cry, but my mom and dad died. And they were my best friends, and I loved them so much. And they were good people, and they were good to me. And I miss them dearly. I miss them dearly. Especially on days in the summer, man. I really miss my parents, man. You know? Anyway, this is a beautiful Rolex. It's a vintage Rolex. You won't ever see one like this. And it's my dad's, man. I love you, Dad. God bless you. God rest your soul, my man. He was my best friend. He looked out for me. He never, ever put himself before me. Like, if I needed something, he made sure I had it every single time. My dad was the man. I'm going to do the same for my kids. And that's the real reason I work every single day. I want my kids to understand what work is. You know, so it's not really about money at one point. It's about setting an example for your kids. And if you have work ethic and you're grinding every day, that's going to make them want to have their own business. That's going to make them want to grind every day. That's going to push them. Like, you can tell them whatever you want. Do this, do that. But if you live it, you're going to push your kids to the limit. Like, if you live it, like they see daddy get dressed up nice every day. They see daddy, I got pants on, even in the Florida weather. Like, I got nice pants on. I don't care. I'm not sitting here lounging around in mesh shorts. What's wrong? What? Are you going to the Big Cat or somewhere else? Really? Oh, wow. I'd like to take them all in the Cadillac to the Tampa Aquarium. Yeah, so they can have a nice comfy ride, you know? All right. I should take everyone to the Tampa Aquarium, right? We'll ask these people. Should I take my whole family to the Tampa Aquarium, or should I sit home and work with BB and do more trading and watch her yell at me, right? I miss my son every day. He lives with the mother 12 hours away from my house. I have to make it happen for my family. Amen. Yes, jellyfish for the win. Yes, take them. Yeah, so I got to put the family in the caddy and take them to the aquarium, right? I gotta be the cool uncle, man. Thank you so much. Go take your family. Wow. Okay. Is it okay though? I gotta ask you guys because I gotta work, man. I've been in the group since 5 a.m. though. I put in some work this morning. Can balance out, give me like a 4-hour afternoon, and then I can get back to work tonight. All right. I just don't want to leave anybody hanging. I don't want Bitcoin to dump on my watch and have Sam never helped me. He didn't tell me what to do. You know? I don't tell you what to do anyway. I'm not a financial advisor, but I didn't give you the education that you needed to make it. I like this consolidation. I'll tell you what, this looks bullish. Looks like we hit our daily bottom. There's not much more liquidity left today. So I'd start watching for this to consolidate. And look, we touched the 21 without losing the 200. That was what I was telling you. See, this is my new little thing. Like I start learning this stuff, like right here. We pumped up. Same thing happened here. We pumped up and we were probably away from the 21. We got back to it without losing the 200. Now, if you lose the 200 to get to the 21, then you can reject the 200 and then it's not really worth it. Like you have to, here, if we lose the 200, it's a wrap too, right? And you can see how much goes into those little trades that I make. Like so much goes in for me to nail those trades. Like it's not easy. I don't care. I don't care what people were saying or what they're doing, or you can compare me to whoever you want. But man, that's not easy at all in any way, shape, or form. I'll tell you that right now. It's not easy. It's still not easy for me. Every day I put my all in to make those gains. It is never easy, man. The trade itself should do what it does if you take the signal, right? Crazy. Look, we took this short. We took that long. Look, this is how we made a day's pay. From here and from here. You see? That's all I needed. I needed 3 minutes in the market. I needed 2 minutes. I used to say, can I make a day's pay with 5 minutes in the market? I did that today. Look, I was in the market for 5 minutes. 3 white, 3 green candles, 2 red candles. That's 5 minutes together. I might not even been all of them together. Wow, we just lost the 200. That tells me it's a short. And see how I don't know what's going to happen? I trade like an amoeba. You know what I mean? Like just whatevs. That tells you you're going to dump even further down now. Stop loss on the other side of the 200. Demo trade it if you're afraid. Go find the demo account and work until you're not afraid anymore. All right? I know the fear of trading. I know you have fear. I know you feel like every time you open a trade, you lose. I know what it's like. I've been there. I went through all of that for years. Not only do I know the charts, but I know you better than you know yourself when it comes to this market. I'm telling you right now. I've been true to myself, so I'm able to, we talked about that yesterday, remember? Be true to yourself so you can help others. If you lie to yourself, you can't help nobody because you don't learn from anything and you don't really confront your ups and downs. But when you're true to yourself, you know what, I talk too much. I really got to stop doing that. And you say a lot of stupid things out loud and you're like, I got to watch what I say. I got to be more disciplined with my mouth. Look at that jump. Today, that's a sketchy day, right? And then when your kid maybe is talking too much, you know how to help them. Because you were real with yourself when you were talking too much. But if you ever just, oh, no, I'm fine, I don't talk too much, that's whatever people say, and you don't take any responsibility, then you can't help anybody. So I'm learning when we're true to ourselves and we're real with ourselves, it's obvious to other people because we can help them. And when you help a lot of people, it shows. Like when so many people write testimonials and so many people come to the stream and so many people support you, it's obvious that you're helping people. Like, I know I'm helping people. It's obvious to me. People tell me every single day. They write me letters like, it's amazing. It's worth more than gold. Like, I tell myself, I know friends that are worth 50, 80 mil, but, they don't have thousands of people writing them, To me, that's worth more than any type of money you could ever get. Like, I've lived an experience. If it all ended today, which I hope it doesn't, God bless you. I don't like saying that, but you know what I mean? God has already given me so much with this channel. Everyone says you should have 100,000. I am so blessed with my 66,000 almost today. We're almost there. Like, that's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Look, we just challenged the 200 and we didn't lose it. That could be a long. Stop at 60,000 too. And see, I set it up too, and I make sure the parameters are correct. And then I could risk everything I made today for $1,400, and we could really take it to the kitty, right? Do we do that? No, we don't do that. We don't get greedy. If anything, I risk half of what I made. I risk even less. Like, I might look right now. It says I could risk $50 for $300 if the trade bounces again off that 200. If I can get the entry. It's almost a 7-to-1 risk reward ratio. We lost. See, we're playing with the 200 now. Not giving me the strategy, right? It's like, that's why you got to be blessed whenever things work your way. Hey, love the stream, but I'm just a little confused on why you personally don't trade with 10 to 20K. No hate though, because I got tons of money and I truly don't believe I'm. Maybe I would. I'm not into, like, am I gonna make 10,000 into $1 million leverage trading? Maybe I could, but then I'd be looking at it all day. I would not be driving my family to the aquarium. I'd be stressing every little trade, and I'd be bugging out, man. And honestly, like, I made the millions of dollars that I made trading, so I don't have to do that anymore. I'm sorry to say. I had to do that back in the day when I had to grow my account. I had no choice. I was only worth $5,000. I have a little something to myself. And again, I'm broke compared to the big shots. I'm not trying to say I'm a big shot. I got my little piece of the pie, and I'm still working every single day, and I don't take days off. Yeah, it would be too much stress for me. I'm not into that. That's not the stress I'm looking for, honestly, at this point in my life. If I'm worth like 50 mil, I'll probably start swinging 10 to 20 grand around, and I won't really care. But I'm not there yet, man. I'm replacing belts on John Deere backhoe and watching in the barn today. Just tightening the alternator and back to work. That's so cool, man. I like that you're doing that. I love hearing stuff like that. Aquarium, family is key to happiness. This guy wrote, because he's smart. He's like, you know the real reason? Because I made it out the rat race and I never want to go back. That's why. And what if I got into that 20 grand and I lost 5 grand a chunk, and then I got back in and then I lost the 20 and then I threw another 20. Next thing I know, I ripped through 60 grand. That could happen to me. I know the type of personality I am. I got to watch myself. I got to be disciplined. See, discipline is knowing that you're a lion or a tiger and not letting that lion and tiger out. You know what I mean? I'm aggressive when I have to be. Like, I'm going to do what I got to do. Like, I'm a savage. So, like, again, I could take it to another level. And I honestly, I'm training for this. I have really only started leverage trading last March. I got like a year and 5 months of leverage trading, So I'm still a beginner, man. You know, my friend made an album called Beginner's Mind, and I always said, why did you call it the Beginner's Mind? He was like, because, you know, the true Zen masters that I learned from in Kung Fu said, like, always be a beginner. You know, if you're always a beginner, then you always have more to learn. But the second you call yourself an expert, you may have missed the ability to achieve even more. So you must keep the beginner's mind, right? So you remind yourself that you're a beginner all the time. I remind myself every day I'm still a beginner, man. There's guys that have been trading 30 years. I've only been trading 16, 17 years, you know? And of the first 4 or 5, I was just looking at charts. I mean, and coins and stuff. I wasn't like really huge into TA until like my first 4 or 5. After 4 years in, 5 years in, I got into tech. I started understanding technical analysis on another level, right? I'm just setting up to see if I feel the need to take it. Again, it's 128 for 540. It's awesome. I could even bust that down and risk like 60, 50 for 218. Another thing is I just attempted to turn $5,000 into $7,000 and use the $2,000 to add to some coins. I'm not trying to be a big shot here. All right. Once we stop growth, we start deterioration. Amen. A man should measure success by how many politicians he has in his pocket, not by how much money in his bank account. You're funny. I should be working, watching Lifer in the background. I love that, Dave Roy. Grinding. Sammy, public sub. You're funny, brother. Nah, no more, man. Stuff is bad for us over time, bro. We can't eat too much of those. I had 1 or 2 to kind of, you know, and I saw the fried chicken, the high fructose bread. I got to be careful with the white flour. I watch myself, man. I'm working out a lot lately. I don't want to lose it. I'm eating a lot of yogurt. I'm really living off yogurt recently. I've been eating yogurts all day. Community always worth more than money. Amen. Amen. We're struggling there to get above the zone. Let me get into the super chats. I'm going to leave Bitcoin alone. We got a little obsessed with Bitcoin today, but it happens. You see it happen a lot here on the channel. If Bitcoin gets crazy, it takes over the show. Once or twice a week, we do Bitcoin trading the whole time, really. Right? It's been happening more and more because we're getting better at it. We're having more fun. And that's kind of what we do. All right. Sam, YouTube on another level. That's why we're all here, man. I love you, Shoni Saban, man. God bless you, brother. Let's take a look at BONK and Aerodrome and take a look at the fan funding here by the lifers. We got coming in hot, Master Friend with Can We Look at BTC? I think we took care of that, right? We got James Jones for the girls for the $4.99. Thank you. More likes for the lifer. Chris Goss, we love you, man. Chris Ghost. Much love, brother. Have a great day. Shout out to Rudy LV 007. My anniversary today. Sending love and good vibes from the lake in Nashville. Bless you. Yep. You might not need it all, but you did it all. Amen. Shout out to Rave Song Records. I love you, brother. You know what it is. Your live trading skills are awesome, sir. Bless you, man. God bless Rezkur Nor Nick, man. That was fun, right? Watching me move that stop up and getting paid. Sammy, can you take a look into BONK, please? Joe Alfio. Yes, we will, Joe. We love you. Sam, I love you, brother. I love you, Shitoshi Love. I love my life, and I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. Live, laugh, and love. AERO Joan. We'll take a look at AERO. Today was one of the best streams ever, man. Ever. Like, I'm head over heels. I'm so happy. Let's take a look at AERO Drone and BONK and just 2 light super chats. And the Tesla call playing out beautifully. Let's take a look at BONK on MEXC and see what's happening. So BONK, look at it, got rejected by the what? The 8-hour 200 MA, right? And that's when things just went on a halt. Also, there was a point of control right there. So you want to start looking at the bigger picture for BONK. You can see run-ups, dumps, run-ups, dumps, run-up, dumps. But what happens? Each dump creates a higher low in the successive order, right? And we could almost say like, okay, we've bounced off the trend line and we did not lose it. I mean, that's a really good sign. So BONK has a trend and it's still keeping the trend alive. Then we could connect these top ones here. And it's almost like, can you bounce back to the top of the trend there? Let's take a look at our 3-day chart, which is going to give us, you know, some good info. That's very oversold and suggesting that we've gotten sold off 2-day daily looks horrible with the overbought bearish engulfing candle. So you either go sideways here or you lose the 200 MA. You might make a sideways flag here and just barely lose it like you did there and then bounce again. I'd be very cautious if BONK decides to lose 1858. That's an area I'd be looking at. And if it does lose those areas and you believe in BONK, the areas to grab BONK are 889, right? And after that, I mean, we may be in some type of bigger pullback. So, but yeah, levels to watch for BONK are 889 and 1324, 1374, right there and right here. But it looks like a little bit of a pullback with those high stochastics on the daily. They don't look amazing. And let's look at our baby AERO struggling, 56. Looks like it's about to drop again and go even lower and get really sold off here. So people are really losing conviction in this market. Like almost 90% of people have sold. I mean, they've gotten almost everybody to sell. When you get everyone to sell, there's really not much left to sell. I believe this project was going to run up. It really ran up before it even really had a chance for the ecosystem to evolve, which is crazy. It ran up on hype. I was waiting for the actual utility and the token to move. Again, if it loses this level, I do see it go to 35. And I mean, it loses 35. I mean, it goes right back to where it began, right? So you kind of almost have to have a recovery here, or this project just starts to kind of bleed down. I didn't think it would bleed all the way to the 786, but I mean, that's what happens. I mean, that's a known retracement. So I've seen it many, many times. You lose this level, I would be looking for 35. That's like your next spot for AERO. Wow. All right. Flux is barely moving, the only coin destroying even Solana and MDR while they're dropping, showing strength. Something might be cooking. Interesting. Thank you. What do you think of AMP? I don't think about it at all. I made milk kefir. It's like super yogurt. Yeah, that sounds great. And the cards have started new laws, the essence of infinite potential. Embrace the uncertainty of beginnings. For it is there that the seeds of greatness are sown every time, man. Every time. Bitcoin Daily looks so awful. I thought you were going to the aquarium. Yeah, it's at 12 o'clock when the show ends, man. All right? The show must go on. All right, we don't end the show. Just keeps bleeding. Yep, that's what happens. Okay, I mean, you're putting in the higher low here for Bitcoin. We'll delete everything again and we'll start fresh one last time before I get out of here, just to see if I see something differently that I didn't see before. Okay, the daily still hugs a higher low, even though the weekly doesn't, but I play on the weekly more than the daily. I used to not, but I do now. You have some support right where you're at. So you could still bounce at 60, No. Yeah, you lost the support, technically. You're below it, see that? It tells me once you lose that support, you're going to go lower to the 200 MA. If we lose the 200, we're in for a really nasty downside. Like, we're going to go to 5150. I've been saying this for a long time. It's weird. When we were here, I was saying it. When we were there, I was saying it. And I didn't say it for sure. And when we got back above the 200 MAs, I said, I got to flip bullish again. That's why the 200 to get me super accurate. You see how accurate the 200 keeps me? Because I believe in it. Now, if you don't believe in the 200, you just never will be as accurate. You won't be able to get the accuracy. The 200 is the reason why I can know that if we lose it, the daily will dump to 51,000. It's also the reason I know if we stay above it, we won't dump. Technically, you could say we're bearishly retesting the top of this channel in somewhat of a way here. So this is the falling wedge, and I mean, we're bullishly retesting it. And we did this before, and that was the bounce. So it would be the 4-hour time frame that would give us the bounce. It would bounce right here. Look at that. And it so far kind of is, which is a bit weird, eerie. So we need the bounce. For this to happen, the 200 MA has to be captured on the 1 minute first. So now we kind of start to zoom in. And now the 1 hour has momentum. So what you could do, what I would do today is I'm not going to open up another long. But it gives me 5 to 6 hours. When I get home today, 4 or 5 o'clock, I'll give you guys an update. 4 hours, 5 hours from now, and we'll see, do we get back above the 200 MA? If we get back above the 200 MA, we get here to this key level. We get to 63,565. All right. But only time will tell. All right. Hey, Sam, I have your TA on CVC. Love you. Shout out to Satoshi Love. God bless you, brother. I've always seen minutes are minutes. Yeah, minutes don't worry that much, man. They usually don't sway the market too big. Brett is the next big thing. Brett has been hot and it's been holding gains, really. It's been interesting to see. So we're technically retesting this trend line. So that's good to see. So look, we'll open this up. And it says if we lose the trend line, we drop to here or to here. And so these are the two levels I'm watching now for Bitcoin. And I'm like that we went back over it. I got some clarity here, right? This is the bookmap liquidity that suggests that we go lower. All right. And then we lost the POC right there too as well. So now we go to the 15 and the 15 minutes indecisive and kind of bear flagging around. Key level to break on the smaller time frame there is going to be 60,700. We talk about that already. 7 minute looks like it's head and shouldering and dumping. And it brings us back to the 1 hour that keeps toying with the 200 MA. All right, and so, the 1 minute. And you can see how much the 1 minute has control over the rest of the market. See, that's what I think I've really revealed to you. How much control the 1 minute, how much the 1 minute truly controls the market. And there's a lot in there that people miss. I see this as a shoulder, a head and a right shoulder. I see this as a possible, breakdown here. Interesting. I mean, that's a symmetrical with a measured move either back down to the bottom of the pattern, 59.5, or break back up to 61,150. Again, if you break above the 200 SMA, look for your 5 minute. Look for your 5 minute to break the 2. I wait for the 5 minute to break the 2 because the 1 minute's been so fickle today. You get it? The 5 minute breaks the 2 or even the 7. 7 might be a little bit of a stretch just because it's smaller. But if the 5 minute breaks the 2, boom. And we could trade this gap right back up. And your target you'd be looking at is 62,685. All right. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Let me take a look at CVC, and I'm out of here for the day. That will be the last super chat. Please don't send another one in because I will be gone. And I don't want you to say, oh, he didn't do my super chat because I already said I wouldn't. There you go. CVC. All right. It bottomed out. Let's look at it on the weekly. On the weekly, it's telling you it's bottomed out again, coming back to its lows. Seems like it made that rounded bottom. It's channeling, see, it also has the point of control there. And you're in a bit of a falling wedge. Falling wedge could break out, 68% of the time. And get back above this resistance and this resistance. Area you're looking for is 28.29, right? Point of control at 9 cents. I mean, it looks like it's bottom to me on the weekly. All right, I mean, how much more of a beatdown can you get? Hugging a higher low. Only time will tell. Cheers, man. Have a great day. Shout out to the chef. Shout out to everybody out here. Shout out to Sean. If you want to join my trading group and learn what I showed you today live and how we nailed it live in front of you, instead of just like talking some gibberish and showing you my trade that I opened some random time, I'm showing you exactly how I got it in. Join today, and join today. Take the step to get education from someone that does not take a day off. No days off, man. I'll be here tomorrow. Every single day. It does not matter. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. Bitcoin lost the 200 SMA. That's more downside. Looks like we're going to dump even further down, right? And we went over Bitcoin until I'm blue in the face. I love you all. I appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow. May God bless everybody. Thank you so much for your viewership, your support, your love, and for kicking it with me on this holiday week. July 4th, baby. America, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Kind of want to end it here and say thank you again one more time. God bless you.